I'm done. Okay.
Josh Hokit, he's 28.
I
He's like
know. I
Dude, I
33.
have that in my
listed
notes.
too.
I
That
did
is
not
the
know he was 28.
that is a 45-year-old man in a 28-year-old body.
He looks like shit. Yeah, but he's good. I mean, clearly he's winning.
No, look, I don't know what to think about all the Josh Hokit antics because it's clearly getting clicks. You know what I mean? It's clearly generating some buzz. Curran, I know Kevin watched the press conference earlier. Did you get a chance to see? You did. Okay.
I watched 1 minute and I just could not take any more. That was it. I couldn't get
Well,
past
you
it.
watched. Okay, so that was the solo press conference he did, but the joint press conference that happened today.
Oh, I missed it.
No, he just went off challenging Pereira and just
Oh.
screaming at him, and Pereira's like, "Go away, like stop, like."
Yeah,
But the guy's a good fighter. You know what I
he
mean?
is.
Until he loses, I can't say anything. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
it comes down to. And they're having him fight Derrick Lewis, the 40-year-old dude who's going to come out there and try to grab him, like with, or maybe get a knockout artist. Admittedly, as we all know across his career, the guy with the most knockouts on this card, but he's also 40 and his gas tank is literally on E his entire life. Like, it's just, it's a mismatch in my opinion. And I really don't understand, like, well, Derrick Lewis being invited to this was just a fold because Trump wanted him to be there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's Donald Trump's favorite fighter.
Right. But I have a feeling it was like he was Donald Trump's favorite fighter when he was like 34 and he was still in his like prime. And like apparently
That's true.
his wife had to answer the phone from Dana White because he was in the shower, and he goes in the interview, "Yeah, I was butt ass naked, came out the shower. Trump wanted me to fight." And
Sounds
it's
about right.
probably not going to happen, but the idea of him somehow getting a knockout against Hokit and then taking his pants off on the White House lawn just...
Could happen. Yeah.
I
Crazier
mean,
things have
I've
happened.
heard that rain coming in, it might help keep his balls cool. So that'd be big. That'd be big for the program.
Just looking Trump right in the eye. My balls are itching, man.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
Not now. Not now.
Listen.
Derrick.
This fight is it is interesting to me just because of the size difference. I mean,
Right.
Lewis, all right, Hokich was he took some of Curtis Blades' best shots. Curtis Blades doesn't have the power that Derrick Lewis has. It's one of those where if in the first or second round he's able to catch Josh Hokich on the chin, that's I mean the power's the last thing to go. And even in this last fight against Waldo or Cortez Acosta, he was looking decent in the first round. I mean, I think he might have even won the first round, and then he got hit with something and just kind of fell down and quit. I mean, people were thinking it was rigged. It was that weird of a knockout. He's a very frustrating fighter to be a fan of because he will deliver some of the best knockouts, and then in other fights, it's just like he woke up wrong and he didn't have the dog in him to finish it. That's what concerns me about this one, especially with somebody like Hokit who puts the pace on his opponents.
Yes.
I think it's going to be there's two routes that Josh could go. He could either stay at range a little bit, let Derrick Lewis tire himself out in the first round. That's certainly a way of a way to open up a second round finish, or he could go right at him and try to frustrate him, try to get him, because when you're throwing punches and missing, that drains the gas tank too. So if he's able to be elusive, get in and out, he could tire out Derrick Lewis that way. But it's a dangerous game. I mean, it's not something I would want to do to play that. Like that's a risky card to bet on, a risky hand to have to play with. Current, I'm gonna let you go, then I'll get into my pick.
Sounds good. I mean, you summed it up well. I will say I could actually see Josh Hokit in the first round trying to wrestle or like stall a little bit, to be honest, because like you mentioned, Derrick Lewis, despite not having the best cardio, he just has insane power, right? And so if Hokit approaches this fight the way he approached the Curtis Blades fight and just like rushes in and throws caution to the wind, like he clearly did not respect Curtis Blades' power, and that's why he was able to. And to be fair, like I can kind of see why, because he did take some big shots and he just kind of ate them and kept walking forward. If he does that to Derrick Lewis, he's going to sleep. So I think he might try to push him against the cage. He might try to tire him out, take him down, like you said, and then he might go for the TKO. I don't see this fight going 3 rounds. There's just no way. And so it's a coin flip, honestly. I think it's either Josh Hokit gets the TKO in the second round or Derrick Lewis gets the KO. And honestly, if you want to take the underdog, I feel like this is a good one to do it and a fun
Yeah.
one. But like Derrick Lewis could wake up and just be like, nope, today's not the day.
Yeah, he's such a
Yeah.
frustrating fighter
Yeah.
You
sometimes.
know, Derek Lewis is actually a better odds dog than Michael Chandler. I'm just now seeing,
I know.
which is
It's heavyweight.
crazy.
Well,
It's
actually,
heavyweight.
I have something to say about that real quick. If
Okay,
you
yeah,
do want to
go
bet
ahead
on
and talk.
Derek Lewis,
Yeah,
your best bet is to do that about 3 or 4 weeks before the fight starts because this always happens. I'm not sure what the line opened at, but just as the fight gets closer, people in their head are like, "Man, remember my balls was hot. Remember that knockout over Volkov?" Like they just like they as the fight gets closer, they start putting money down on Derek Lewis and the line gets closer. So that is one thing I've noticed just in the build-ups to his fights. People kind of convince themselves he's going to get it done.
do we? Okay, let me ask you this, fellas. This just entered my mind. Do we think Josh Hokit is above playing with his food with a very tired out Derek Lewis and just making a spectacle show out there?
That's a very good question. If he, yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
think he's above that, man.
no, and he's a showman too. That Curtis Blades fight,
He's
that it
gonna like
wasn't
see Derek
tactical for
Lewis
him
like
to be.
panting for dear life, and he's gonna be like going like
Yeah,
dancing around them or something. Like,
He's definitely he's definitely gonna flick him off.
yeah,
There's no
oh
doubt
yeah,
about it.
and
and
I actually there was a debate about this. Are they gonna allow that?
yeah,
I don't see why not.
yeah. They're going to be able to punch
I
each
don't know
other.
what
Good
like
question,
the
though. Yeah.
rules of conduct would be in a situation like this. That's what I'm saying. Like they're non-existent.
Bro,
Yeah,
some of these
that does. I mean, maybe since
yeah.
it's the what I think kind of decorum's going out the window. They're not,
All right,
you know.
But it's a valid question, Tyler. I see where you're coming from, but if you've heard some of this
thank
stuff,
you.
and you probably have heard some of the stuff these
Yeah,
fighters, that's
yeah.
it's
I
yeah, it's good.
the Curtis Blades fight, one of the most impressive things was that Josh Hokit in his post-fight speech nailed it. He wasn't stuttering like Colby does. He nailed it. And he was doing an interview and he talked about it. He's like, I was exhausted. I just gotten punched in the face 100 times. The first thing I thought was, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to deliver these lines, but he did. And yeah, I hope we get to see some of that at the press conference on Friday. I hope he's got some nice little one-liners. As a fan, I am so flattered when a fighter is willing to not embarrass himself because he's doing it on purpose. He
Right.
purposely has this cringy persona, but just to put it all on the line and like the risk is he gets KO'd and ends up on one of those, when trash talking goes wrong
Yeah.
compilations. So he
Definitely.
knows what's at stake and he's still doing it for my entertainment. I really love that.
I equate it to my personal experience where when I'm deep in the thralls of the NFL season as an Eagles fan, and I know when I'm watching these games that everybody's just waiting for the Eagles to lose because of how I act. So I get it. What else did I have? Watching the whole podium press conference earlier, I really encourage you guys to go back and watch it because when Hokit was yelling at Pereira and they were going back and forth. In between them was O'Malley just looking like a leprechaun
Yeah.
and just like sitting there, like just motionless. It was the funniest thing, man.
Yeah, that press conference, O'Malley didn't get asked a single question.
No,
That was what, yeah, that press conference happened, I think, a couple months ago, and it was very weird.
not wait. I might be thinking of a different one then, but okay, but whatever. Okay, picks Hokit knockout for me.
I'm
no, I
going to
said
have to
Hokit
respectfully
submission.
disagree with what you were saying, Curran. I see this being a decision win for Hokit.
Really?
I mean, Derek Lewis famously has this like anti jujitsu, just stand up mentality. He's hard to hold down. So for that reason, I think Hokit will try to wrestle him. But once he gets him down, it's going to be more so control based. He's not going to be looking for a sub. I don't think he has the power to like deliver meaningful ground and pound, like to get a finish with his frame over Derek Lewis. He'd have to get right to it right away, picking apart, chipping away, and hope Derek Lewis quits. But this is the White House card. This is almost like Derek Lewis's magnum opus here. And another thing, it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. Derek Lewis is from Houston. H-Town, baby.
That's true.
He's kind of
Yeah.
built for it. He's I see a decision, and you'll get some decent money if you go that route.
Yes.
Fair enough. I'm going to stick with Hokit just because I'm going with momentum, honestly. And Derrick is 41 and has never really been in the best shape. But again, I don't think this is a bad one to take the underdog. I mean, Derrick Lewis has been famous for getting several knockouts when he's been losing every single round. So he can mount a comeback. I see Hokit winning. To your point earlier, Kevin, like it would be hilarious if he got just like absolutely flatlined. Like I think it'd be hilarious. But on the flip side, if he wins in spectacular fashion and gives another speech, you better bet I want to hear it. So
Oh.
I kind of I don't really care where it goes. I just want this to be an exciting fight and for there to be an exciting, post fight interview.
Yes. If there's
Makes
one
sense.
fighter who would comment on the Epstein thing, it is Josh Hokit. He made a Pizzagate joke a few months ago. So
Gosh.
He might
he
look
might-
right. He might look Trump right in the eye and like point at him and make a joke about it. Like I know.
Yeah, be like, I hit Derrick Lewis with my mighty fist. Donald Trump, why won't you release the Epstein list?
Oh,
And then he just gets sniped in the head.
Are you Josh Hokit's ghostwriter by chance? That
I
sounds like
would.
something
That'd
you'd
be
say.
great.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. This is one where, kind of regardless of who wins, I'm going to be excited for it. And it's impressive being only 28, new to the game. The fight against Curtis Blades was different from all his other fights. So he has the ability to adapt his game plan based on his
Yes.
opponent, and that's very impressive for such a green fighter.
I felt so privileged as a new fan to get that fight as one of my like first UFC cards.
What a fight
Like that was chef's kiss. That's all I can say.
Mhm. All right, so
All right. I think we're
next
good
one?
at this. Yeah, on to the next one.
the featured bout.